Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to You Are an Original, Gaur does. So I'll say this. I absolutely do not like uh, mot- generally speaking motivational speeches or things that try to make you feel special. Just icky to me. It's like you the song goes like, "You're special." It's like, no. Ugh. Like I guess it's just because I don't believe how to say. I guess you have to earn things. And I kind of get it. Like, obviously, we're all unique in a way that how we are raised, the things we interact with, makes us unique in that way. But at the same time, we are very similar to each other. So, it means nothing to me. So, to say that I'm unique, yeah, it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't change the fact that everyone else is unique. So, therefore, if everyone's unique, then either you can just claim no one's unique or everyone's unique and there's just nothing special in a sense. So I don't know, just things like that. It's like you're an original. It's like ugh. It just makes me laugh too. Anyways, I get it. I just don't like it. Anyways, let's hear what Gaur has to say about this one. I chose this one because it gave me I guess the famous words that's going around at least in the Western cultures, the ick. Well, let's hear what he has to say. It might be like genuinely good information, so let's give it a shot.
A plum, aloo bukhar mein, aloo bukhar, plum. A plum once said, "Oh my dear Lord, can you please make me a banana?" God said, "Why?" Because that guy loves banana. So God said, "Tathastu." So the plum became a banana. So then the guy came. Instead, he purchased orange. ये plum banana बना उसके लिए और उसने orange खरीदा. तो बोला, "God, please make me an orange." So the banana, God was tathastu, became an orange. So the guy came, picked the orange, bit him, phew, spat him, kadwa. Then he said, "My dear Lord, can you please make me grapes?" God said, "Tathastu." Became grapes, and the guy didn't even look at the grapes. And the grapes said, "How I wish I remained a plum. There would be someone who loves a plum who would come and take me."
Well, terrible thing about this story is that you can't just wish to become a plum again. This God is just granting wishes left and right, so you can do that. At least from the story's perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all different. हम सब अलग अलग हैं. भगवान ने हम सबको अलग अलग बनाया है. हमारे स्वभाव अलग है, हम दिखते अलग हैं, हमारे लाइक्स डिसलाइक्स अलग हैं. Everyone's an individual. Everyone's different. सब अलग है. आप दूसरे के जैसा क्यों बनना चाहते हैं? क्यों किसी और के वजह से बनना चाहते हैं?
And here, this is the thing too. Is like yes, that's true. We're different. We're the same. Like, oh, there's a guy that likes plums instead of banana, so therefore, the guy that likes plums and the guy that likes banana are completely different. But then, when two guys likes plums, they're exactly the same. No, I mean this is the thing about the uniqueness, the originality of you. It's to me it's just it's stroking the ego, and I don't really like that. Yes, you can be inspirational, and I think that's what Guar is trying to do. And a lot of his videos are, in fact, that way. It's just maybe I am like that sometimes too. Maybe I try to inspire people, and I just don't realize I am how terrible I am. I don't know. It's just Yes, we are all unique in a certain way, that we have a very unique experience in life. I think that might be a better look at it, is that we are unique in the sense of how we experience life, the life that we have experienced. How I grew up will not be the same as anyone else. Even your twin brother will have a different experience growing up than you have. Even if you went to the same school, have the same friends, you'll be alike in a lot of sense, but it's unique in the sense that you have two different perspectives. But don't let things that you cannot control make you the unique person, because that happens to everyone. Make the things that makes you unique, or at least special, things that you actively choose to do, not what you cannot control. Picking this banana makes me so special. No. Better things that improve life. There's not a lot of people out there. There's You can think of a lot of people who can improve other people's lives, but those type of people is just very well known. You can see them, like people who donate to charities, who, you know, I don't know, do things like, homing for homes for the homeless and such. There are people out there like that, and there are some people who don't get recognitions, but there are significantly less of these people who help the, say, humanity, than there are people who are just trying to help themselves and help their families. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's pretty much most people. To help themselves, that's absolutely standard. Must do that. If you can't help yourself, I don't believe you can really help anyone else. And then to at least help your family out, so that you and your family don't become part of the problem, as in, like, needing other people's help. If you and your family, and if everyone does this, then no one needs help. Everyone is helping each other out. Then once that's the case, you can expand the helpfulness to other people, especially for those who cannot help themselves. So that's you kind of start from yourself and you expand out. I know Sadhguru talks about, the expansion of oneself, who you see, who you are, and your family. You want to keep expanding out to friends, to even strangers, but you have to be careful with strangers, of course.
क्यों भगवान का अपमान कर रहे हो? उन्होंने आपको बनाया, क्यों उनका अपमान करते हो कि आपने थोड़ा ठीक नहीं बनाया मेरे को, इसलिए मुझे उसके जैसा बनना है? How many of you like mangoes? Oh wow. Okay, that's a wrong question, sorry. How many of you don't like mangoes? है कुछ ऐसे courageous आत्मा है इधर कोई? Just 1, 2 hands who don't like mangoes, right? Just because someone likes mangoes, should a plum become a mango? Just because someone likes plums, should a mango become a plum? If you're a plum, remain a. If you're a mango, remain a. If you're an apple, remain a. If you are a guava, remain a guava. You were created to be a guava.
I'll add a little bit to that, just to hopefully deepen it up a little bit. But if you're a sour apple, I don't mean sour in a good way. I mean rotten somewhere. There needs to be a change. Be the best. I guess this is it right here. The corniness is about to happen. Be the best apple you can be. Be the sweetest banana you can be. Be the purplest plum you can be. So there is still that aspect to it. Not the fact that you are who you are, therefore be that. Be the better version of that. So if you're a terrible human being, you don't be that. Be a better version of that. I don't believe anyone out there is generally a terrible human being. We have anger issues, emotional issues, and we can hopefully work through that and become better versions of ourselves. It's not easy, but it will take time and some help from people, professionals sometimes.
आपकी रचना की गई थी पेरू बनने के लिए, आम नहीं। और कितना भी आम जैसा नाचेगा तो भी नहीं खरीदेगा कोई आपको, वो भी नहीं खरीदेगा कोई, you know? Be happy being yourself. ढूंढो आप कौन है. Don't follow people. Follow your passion. Follow your nature. This is about discovering who you are, finding out where you fit, and not just being a member of the herd, chasing the herd, and making the M silent.
Be careful when you blindly follow the masses. Sometimes the M is silent. Do you see the herd mentality around you? Yeah, for sure, for sure. You're going to follow the herd, but generally, the herd is what you believe in and what you follow as well. But you do have to still be careful, of course, because you're gonna be with people who you generally like to be around. And by being with those people, you're in a lot of sense being with the mass, or at least some form of mass.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are an original. आप ओरिजिनल है. दूसरों की फोटोकॉपी क्यों बनते? आप ओरिजिनल है यार. ओरिजिनल का वैल्यू है. फोटोकॉपी क्यों बन रहे हो दूसरे की? मुझे उसके जैसा गाना है. क्यों भाई? मुझे उसके जैसा बोलना है. क्यों भाई? मुझे उसके जैसा नाचना है. क्यों भाई? नाचना नहीं आता तो नाच मत. गा ले. गाना नहीं आता तो नाच ले. दोनों नहीं आता तो बोल ले. तीनों नहीं आता तो पढ़ ले. पढ़ना नहीं आता तो कुछ तो कर ले. There's always going to be something for you to do. You are you. Why should I make a damned fool of myself and doing what someone else is doing? That's not my strength. That's his or her strength. You identify what is your strength. You're all different. Each one is different. Don't make this damned mistake of trying to be someone else. The biggest mistake you can make in your 20s is to try and follow someone and be them. You can take inspiration from them,
There you go. Okay.
but you can't imitate them. Don't imitate them. Take inspiration from them.
Okay, and I was going to say, I mean, don't give up, of course. Give it a fair shot. Make sure it is, in fact, not your strength or not something that you are capable of. But do give it a fair shot. Do your best at it to see if it's, in fact, not something for you. But outside of that, I was going to say, you can imitate people, but just don't be an imitation. Imitate people to kind of get the steps and stuff. Like, you know how when you watch people, a very famous dance or a very famous song, you imitate how they sing, how they dance. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a way to get into something. Imitations, the something form of flattery or something like that. Anyways, but imitation is just like training. You imitate voices. Like there are people out there. I mean, it's a little bit off subject, but there are people out there who can imitate people's voices and use it as comedy. They're imitations, but it's hilarious. So, anyways, so again, you have to put a lot of things into perspective. What he says is true. It's always like inspirational, which I always find kind of corny, but at the same time, there is truth to what he says. It's just people need to realize this. And putting a lot of the inspirational into kind of a perspective that's more of a reality than just inspirational, saying, you can do it! And that's it. You just do it. Not saying, well, maybe try it out, give it your best shot, try your best, study, practice, and then if all that you're still not good at it, then maybe it's not for you. This is the same. What I just said is not an inspirational form, but there's an inspirational form for it. You can do it. You're unique. You're special. All these crap words. But anyways, that's my reaction to You Are an Original. Let that sink in. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up the sign down below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next vid.